What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are back inside of the house. In today's video we are going to be comparing Amun-Ra versus King Midas. Now the reason why we're comparing these two heroes specifically is because they are both, I guess, the Crypt King bosses that were both the Crypt King bosses for their Crypt King events. That's weird, but you know, still. So if you guys did not know, before these Crypt Kings came out, there were the older Crypt Kings that were here before the newer ones, because, you know, you can't keep the same Crypt Kings forever. Now, basically with these Crypt Kings, there were the four main Crypt Kings that were all their types, and then there was basically like the big boss. Now, in order to get King Midas, you had to use the Royal Chalice. That was a very rare chance of getting in the summon, and then you could fight him. Now, because, you know, the old Crypt Kings are gone, you cannot fight him anymore, sadly. But now with the newer Crypt Kings, you have Amun-Ra. Now, in order to get Amun-Ra, you need to get an ancient coin, which is a lot easier to get than the chalice. But then you can spend it on the scarab, teleporting you to the Amun-Ra crypt. Now, with King Midas, it was a 10% chance of getting his urn on horror mode, 4% chance being hard, normal was, I believe, 2%, and then easy was 1%. So it was pretty hard to get him, you know, especially because of the ability, like his ability when he came out, like the AoE, like stun or whatever. It's just really hard. So not a lot of people got King Midas. Now, I'm gonna be comparing these two today to you know, kind of show you guys which one is better. Now, the stats on these are about the same. I mean, look, in my opinion, Amun-Ra is better. My King Midas is level 2, and he does not have the best stats. But I'm going to get to the two things that I find very interesting about these guys. They're basically the opposite of each other. So, when you use King Midas, he boosts Crypt Kings 20%, which can be very helpful. And, you know, it could definitely be useful when using King Midas on your team. Especially when you use something like King Revenant for the start. Maybe you're using something else. You know, 20% is a good amount, especially once you level it up. Sadly, when I leveled him up, I didn't know that, like, I should have upgraded his boost. So, sadly, his boost isn't that good. I'll do it if I get more King Midases, but I probably won't. But, so, yeah. He boosts other Crypt Kings. Now, Amun-Ra does boost the Pharaoh, but the Pharaoh's so rare, not a lot of people have him. I feel like that boost is kind of useless to a lot of people. Now, this is the thing that makes Amun-Ra still good. With King Midas, if you look at his tags, that's it. The only two heroes that can boost King Midas are Demon Mage and himself. What I mean by that is when you place down one King Midas, he does less damage rather than if you place another one down, because he has the Crypt King tag. So if you place more than one King Midas down, they will boost each other. But with Amun-Ra, he has multiple tags, making him, well, mostly, you know, you have Crypt King, Human, Holy, Undead. Those are four, you know, tags that could be very helpful. King Midas himself actually boosts Amun-Ra, which is really cool. So, basically, when you have both of these, you have an option. Do you want King Midas? Do you want something that is going to boost others, or do you want something that is going to get boosted a lot itself? Now, stats-wise, you know, I have a level 2 Midas, and it's worse than my Amun-Ra, which is pretty crazy. The DPS is worse, the range is worse, you know, the boost is a lot better, but the tags also do kind of mess it up. Now, we're going to be comparing these in today's video to just, you know, show which one is just better. In my opinion, I feel like Amun-Ra is definitely better. just because of the amount of tags he has and how good he can become. And, you know, the Crypt Kings, there's not a lot of Crypt Kings in the game, so that boost doesn't, you know, it's a good boost, but because it only applies to a certain, you know, amount of heroes, it's not all that useful. Now, another con from Amun-Ra is the fact that because he has so many tags, you can't really use him in a lot of these crypts. And, well, you know, what if you don't use him in the crypts? You know, it's just Crypt Kings. Well, Crypt Kings is new. It's the main thing that I feel like a lot of people are playing now because, well, it is the new fresh content. You know, nobody's going to be playing Frankenstein Castle. Nobody's going to be doing Endless unless they're, you know, new. Returning players are not going to do that. So, you know, I kind of feel like using Amun-Ra is only going to be useful on King Bastet, at least for me, because, you know, I use King Bones and King Revenant to both boost Amun-Ra because they boost undead, but King Sobek is not very friendly to paranormal dudes, so I feel like King Bastet is the main crypt that I would use him on. You can also use him against himself, but, you know, I feel like once you get Amun-Ra, you can grind for more Amun-Ras because he's worth a good amount right now. But mainly, I'd say grind for the Ancient Urns because those are very good. Also, you get a lot of really good rewards. But yeah, enough of me yapping. Let's get to this new Amun-Ra, dude. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have made videos on him, but nobody has compared him to King Midas yet. So I figured why not make a video on this because you know, I figured maybe people might want to find out. Also, some people might not know the stats of King Midas, so that's another thing. Yeah, definitely let me know in the comments of any other challenges you guys would like me to do. Challenges, videos, showcasing something, maybe like a tutorial. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to do King Bastet's Tomb on Horror Mode. Now, I'm not using Ice Queen, and it's fine. We'll be fine. I've done this before. I won. It wasn't that difficult. Now, here's the thing. If you have Amun-Ra and your team, you know, isn't the best, you can't really boost him that much. Also, King Rev is out of the game. King Bones is out of the game. I mean, you could still trade for them, but, you know, you probably won't have these things. There are many other things that can boost Amun-Ra. You have Barbarian, Warblade, Archangel, Skeleton Frank. I'm naming the most random things ever, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Man, I actually don't know. Oh yeah, Demon Mage too. So you have a couple things that can boost Amun-Ra. I might actually make a video trying to make Amun-Ra do a ton of damage using stuff like Warblade, Barbarian, Archangel. It could be a pretty cool video to make. Now, let me know actually down in the comments what your opinions on Amun-Ra is. I think with how bad all the other Crypt Kings are, Bastet is pretty good, so accept Bastet. I honestly feel like Amun-Ra is a huge, like, improvement. Because, yeah, I feel like all the other Crypt Kings, they don't even, like, their boosts suck, if they even boost at all. And, their DPS is booty, their cost efficiency is booty. Like, I even call their range bad. Like, even, oh yeah, splash damage, AoE, that can't help it, honestly. They're just horrible. Comparing them to the older Crypt Kings, obviously. Even, like, bro, King Revenant, King Darkskull is just way, way better. And, you know, you'd think with newer Crypt Kings it'd be better, but really, it's not. I think the two best things in this, whole, I guess, like, update, if I were to have to give my, like, the things that I think are mainly the best, Bastet, Amun-Ra, Sethos, and the Pharaoh. Cryptarch, maybe, but still, you know, there are many other things you can use besides Cryptarch, like Archangel that are just better. Maybe not DPS wise, but definitely, you know, with the extra boost that, you know, that kind of makes it better. But yeah, and then even the boost is just so bad. Like, you know, it'd be cool and unique to see new Crypt Kings that maybe boost something, like something different. Like maybe there's a Crypt King that specially boosts like creature. Like that'd be cool because we've never actually had that before. But no, I mean maybe some, you know, even Shadow too. Like Shadow's pretty unique, something that boosts Shadow. But I feel like they kind of made it so that the boosts are pretty bad, which makes the Crypt Kings not very useful. So, you know, that is kind of sad. I'm gonna delete these two dudes. Alright, time to get King Midas. I used to talk so much about the fact that you should not get anything here because it, like, the boss comes down here and AoE is really bad against the boss. But, I just realized that, technically it gets this, like, corner part, like this L. So that's actually really good for AoE. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting my King Midas there now. You know what? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do it yet. Okay, I'm not doing it just yet. So yeah, this King Midas is supposed to be doing only 141,000, but is actually doing 169,000 because they are boosting each other. Okay, I'm gonna max this out. Do I want to get a picture? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's go. Alright. Got that picture. Alright, and when I get Amunra done, I probably also want to get a picture. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I'm gonna max that out. Alright, you ready? You ready to the damage? 434,000 damage. Like 40 range AoE, which is very good, and a 0.17 speed. That is insane. This dude is basically like a freaking AoE super punch right now. Amunra, in my opinion, is awesome. Super duper sick. Honestly, totally worth it. In my opinion, he's not all that hard to get, and he is definitely worth it. Definitely worth the grind. And honestly, he's not even really worth all that much, like, value-wise. So, you know, I think keeping him might be a good idea. He has a lot of potential, especially with the amount of, like, ways that you can boost him. You know, this is just the start of it. Really, like, I don't even know, like, what I can do with this thing. Oh my god. I don't even know what his full potential is. But, yeah. Honestly, you don't see King Midas doing all that damage. You might be like, oh my god, well, guess what? You know, what about that? King Revenant and King Bones, it's like cheating, you know? They're helping him out. Well, not my problem. That's King Midas' problem. Maybe he should actually have more tags instead of just Crypt King. Yeah. So I'm going to count the fact that Amun-Ra is being boosted to his stats because that is one of his pros. While, you know, King Midas, hey, he's making stuff like King Bones do 60k. Revenant is doing, okay, yeah, 57k. See, he's boosting others. He may not be that good himself, but he's definitely boosting others, and that is very good. Yeah. So, I mean, look at this. I don't even need Ice Queen. I used to, like, need to use Ice Queen because it was very, you know, helpful. But, yeah, I mean, like, once you get to the point where you do so much damage, and, like, you don't even need something to slow anything down, like, that is awesome. Like, it's really insane just how good Amun-Ra is. And by the time these Crypt Kings leave, they'll probably be like 10,000 Amun-Ras. Because it's not all that difficult in my opinion. Well, no, it's difficult, yes. But is it as difficult as getting King Midas? No, definitely not. There's gonna be so many Amun-Ras soon that, you know, if you don't really use him all that much, I'd say trade him now. Get as much value as you can from him before he becomes so common that he's worth like a cosmic, like, because that will happen. It's not even been a week yet, and there's already almost 1,000 existing.